It is 5:30, so we will start this portion of the meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, we will note that all board members, with the exception of Stuart Stein, are present. Is there any conflict of interest that needs to be identified? Okay, review and approval of the
Approval of the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, do I need to identify who does the motion and second?
No.
Is it?
You
okay.
could. Just
You
to help.
could. I.
Just to make it
It's
easier,
helpful.
okay. Okay, well, let's do the consent agenda then,
All right, I will go right into the financial report.
okay?
The general fund received the typical property tax proceeds along with the final state aid payment for the 23-24 fiscal year. The other revenue consists of the biannual transportation reimbursement related to various activity trips. This fund's ending cash position of $9.6 million reflects a slight increase when compared to the prior year. Capital outlay revenue consists of the typical June property taxes in the amount of $328,470. Expenditures include the scheduled payment for construction in progress of Phase 2 of the athletic complex. This fund's ending cash position in the amount of $8.8 million is above that of the previous year and will assist with construction in progress payments related to the complex. Special Ed reported an ending cash position of $2.7 million and is noted above that of the previous year and will assist the fund in getting closer to that 15% fund balance at fiscal year end. K-12 Nutrition Services received the last federal reimbursement for the fiscal year in the amount of $77,042. Prices for meals will increase for the 24-25 school year to maintain program requirements and to keep up with the rate of inflation. Lake Area Tech received several different revenue sources, including $65,000 in state tuition buy-down, $165,000 in state and federal grants. Expenditures were reported at $2.2 million and included a construction in progress payment toward the archway and dental renovations. The cash balance of $7.5 million is below that of the previous year, with a receivable noted to be received from the foundation in support of construction project payments. LATC Bookstore noted sales and expenditures as typical for this time of year, with increased activity anticipated in the upcoming months. This fund's ending cash position of $1.3 million reflects improvement over the previous year. In the Employee Benefit Trust, the premiums and claims were similar for the month of June. The ending cash position of $3.5 million is below that of the previous year. I would be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Okay, if there's none, we'll move to student and staff recognition.
All right, thank you very much. I see we have some people here tonight. Appreciate them coming back, giving us another shot. I apologize for the short notice last month, so thanks for coming. So we were able to get the golf done last month, but we have some spring activity folks here. I don't see any tennis folks, but I'll read them again. Academic All-State for boys tennis were Evan Meester, Curtis Sneeden, Justin Remmers, and Austin McBride. So let's give them a round of applause. And then in track, we actually have two state champions here in the room with us. The state girls discus champion, Malia Crayons. And Malia, come on over here too. And we'll wait for Bo.
Got to get you on TV.
Yep. Just
Right
wait
there.
right there.
Perfect.
Right
Yep.
there's great.
Look at.
A little further?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay there a second, Malia. And our boys state shot put champion, Bo Roddershot. And then we'll get a picture of the two of you together there. Congratulations. All right.
Congrats, guys.
In softball, girls softball finished in 7th place at the state softball tournament. Making the all-tournament team was Jade Lund. And the South Dakota Softball Coaches Association Assistant Coach of the Year is our very own Katie Strandy. Get to come here and we
Yep.
got to get you on camera.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on consent agenda. We are all in favor of, we will vote on the consent agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. We will move on to the business end. And I believe, anybody here for the public 5.1 public input on agenda or non-agenda items?
For Lake Area.
For Lake Area, yeah, excuse me. Yep, let's do the action items for Lake Area then. 6.1, personnel.
Very good. Good evening, everyone. I'm getting just a little bit of feedback. Try that again. Heidi asked me if I'd be able to put the White House in the background today, but greetings from Washington, D.C. I'm at the Education Commission of the States meeting and really appreciate Derek and Casey getting me looped in this way tonight. Let's start off first with, on the personnel side, resignations. Before you, you'll see that we have 3 staff who have resigned their positions. One is a professional classified and 2 instructor positions. And we would recommend your approval as those are presented.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the resignations?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rossman,
Second?
second by Lohr. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Let's go to item 6.1.2, contract recommendations and addendums.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before you, and I'm looking at the the contract recommendations that were updated today. I don't know what color that is in front of you, but we've had some additions since the agenda was first posted. On that contract recommendations and addendum sheets, you'll see that there are 6 full-time staff and a variety of summer contracts, adjuncts for summer and fall, childcare work, corporate education, and interns. And we would seek the board's approval as those are presented.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve contract recommendations and addendums.
Okay, motion by Lohr,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Let's go to 6.1.3, educational stipends.
Thank you. The final request for approval that we have tonight on the personnel side is for Jenna Jewell's education credits. Jenna is our librarian and helps with academic services, and she is pursuing a degree in library science. We seek your approval of the 6 credits that she earned this last spring.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the request for stipend.
Motion by Rossman,
Second?
second by Lohr. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 6.2, property items.
All right, our first item, 6.2.1, we seek your authority to bid a set of airplanes. As you know, this last year we've been working to increase our fleet for the fixed wing pilot program. Our goal is to have, for every 6 students, 1 single engine airplane. This authority to bid for single engine airplanes will get us to that point, and that takes into account the airplanes that we lease as well. So this will be a big move for us. The funding for these airplanes that we're requesting authority to bid on will come from the new state grant funds in FY25. So it's the first of several items we'll bring before you and seek approval to bid or purchase on. And so within this authority, we're seeking for up to $400,000 in those grant funds to be used towards up to 3 single-engine airplanes and 1 multi-engine airplane, all for training again within the professional fixed-wing pilot program. I'll stand by for any questions that you may have and recommend your approval as presented.
I'll entertain a motion for this item.
I move that we approve the authority to bid airplanes as presented.
Second.
Okay, motion by Moulton, second by Laura. Questions? Comments? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 6.2.2.
Thank you. This is to consider surplus equipment. You'll recall at the June meeting, the board granted us authority to go to bid on several surplus for sale items. Those bids have come in, and what we have before you are the high bids that meet all specifications for the items available. So we recommend accepting the high bids from Colin Fuller to purchase the CNC machine at $615. The bid from Adam Sowers to purchase a CNC turning center at $1,350. Colin Fuller to purchase one of the manual lathes at $615. E.T. Monson Machining to purchase the 2 remaining manual lathes at $150 each, and Todd Good to purchase the Masterbuilt race car at $1,588. I'll stand by for questions and recommend your approval as presented.
Do I have a motion?
I move approval of the surplus bid equipment bids as presented.
Second.
Okay, motion by Moulton, second by Rossman, I believe. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 6.2.3.
Thank you. The last couple of items we have for you are change orders. One related to the Archway Complex, that's what we'll consider first, and then the second is related to our dental renovation. In your packet, you'll see 3 modifications to the Archway project that total $69,017 and an increase to our contract. The changes include a mop sink, scope revisions on revised flooring and casework in the project, and additional site for handicap parking stalls on the west side of the building. The construction contingency was initially approved at $1,030,000. The change order adjusts the remaining contingencies to $860,754. And so the contract for this project is adjusted in total to $20,769,246. And as Heidi mentioned, some elements are being finished yet in FY25. And so when we get to the budget amendment season in November, we'll bring all the final numbers to you at that point. I'll stand by for questions and seek your approval for the change orders in the Archway Complex as presented.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move approval of change order number 5 for the Archway Complex as presented and explained.
Okay, motion by Moulton,
Second.
second by Laura. Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 6.2.4.
Thank you. This is the final item we have under property for you. It's the first change order within the dental project renovation. It consists of 2 different modifications in the project, totaling $12,246, and that applies to additions of doors and finishes, as well as revisions to the layout that were needed in the project. Initially, the construction contingency was approved at $61,035, and this first change order adjusts the remaining contingency to $48,789. The contract for this project then totals $1,232,946. And you'll recall that we are doing the construction portion of the dental renovations with cash on hand. All of the new equipment going into that project has been grant funded. I'll stand by for any questions that you have and seek your approval as presented.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move approval of dental order renovation, order number 1.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Moulton, second by Rossman. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. That ends our Lake area part, doesn't it? Okay, item 7.1, public input on agenda or non-agenda items for K-12. Okay, 7.2, Northeast Technical High School report.
Yes, our July meeting is next Wednesday, July 17th at 5:45, and that is a double meeting for that one as well. But if you recall, we had the budget hearing for Northeast in June, so it'll still start at its regular time at 5:45, and it sounds like all hands on deck if you can make it, Carrie and Rochelle. We'd take you, so.
Yep. Get a free meal. Okay, item 7.3, first reading of policies.
Yes, we have two policies for you to consider. One of them is GSO, the Code of Ethics for the teaching profession, proposing to align this more with the ASBSD model policy file names to GBED and Code of Conduct. This mimics the administrative rules on the teacher code of conduct that are in place. Those are referenced at the bottom, so you can see it's pretty much an overhaul of everything, as this had not been updated since 2010, so there have been changes to that. So this is a first reading. Would ask for your consideration there on GSO. And then JICI, dangerous weapons in the school. This is also, we are asking for a policy file change to that to AF. And the reason is that this has previously been addressing students only. And because we are also talking in this policy about the adults, we are asking to move it into the district organization file instead of the student file, so it's easier to find, and it talks about dangerous weapons and firearms in the school. So both of those are first readings.
Okay, so we'll be voting on those next month.
Yes.
Okay, let's move to item 8, 8.1, approval of the bills.
Make a motion to
Need a
approve.
motion.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion. Yeah, excuse me.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
Okay, motion by Laura,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 8.2, personnel.
Tonight, one resignation for your consideration. Amy Brandwright, Special Education High School, and recommend approval of this.
Okay, a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the resignation.
Motion by Laura,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. 8.2.2.
Long list of contract recommendations and addendums here, filling a few teaching positions, some trainings, and meetings to pay our staff for. We are also filling our family support specialist position, as well as a couple of web content creator positions that were started. So would recommend your approval of these.
Okay, a motion.
Make a motion to approve contract recommendations and addendums as presented.
A motion by Rossman,
Second.
second by Laura. Questions?
Mr. President,
Yes.
Mr. Barrios, for
Yes.
social studies curriculum, is this the pre-planning for changes to come up for the new social studies requirements statewide?
Yeah, this would be working through reviewing those materials. Am I correct in saying that?
This is the first year of their 2-year adoption.
Yeah,
Summer, yeah.
yeah. So as far as in implementing any changes to classes or curriculum, they'll be occurring when?
So the change in math is prompting the geography to change, but the actual course changes will be next fall.
Next fall?
Yes.
Not this fall, but
Correct.
the following year. Thank you. And I'm glad that we changed that world geography to extended time period, full year, opposite algebra. It's a good move.
I would add to just openings we have right now, so you're aware, SLP, school psych, high school Spanish, and a few sped positions. That would be our main ones. And we just opened up our classified positions for all of our para spots. So the principals will interview for those positions here for openings they have in July.
Okay, any other questions?
Thanks.
Did you get it?
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Disruptive.
motion for 8.2.2.
I think you had it, you just need to mark it.
You're correct, we did that already. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. 8.3 property. 8.3.1
Yes,
project
this
success.
Yes, this is our annual agreement with the Human Service Agency for Project Success, which provides us counselors at the middle school and high school focusing on drug and alcohol counseling. So we really appreciate our partnerships with the HSA and recommend your approval.
Okay, entertain a motion.
I move approval of the memorandum of understanding with Human Service Agency as explained.
Motion by Moulton,
Second.
second by Laura. Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8.3.2.
Yes, this motion engages Ide Bailey as the district's auditors for the period ended June 30th, 2024.
Okay, a motion.
I move we engage I.D. Bailey as the district's auditors.
Second?
Okay, motion by Moulton, second by Rossman. Any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8.3.3.
Yes, this is for furniture. It is recommended to accept the contracted furniture bid from Office Peeps, and this is for the supplying of classroom furniture for the high school, and that is in the amount of $87,679.
Okay, a motion.
I move approval of the state contracted furniture bid as explained.
Motion by Moulton,
Second.
second by Laura. Any questions or comments?
So we're replacing the antique oak desk for teachers?
Gradually.
They're older in this building.
Yeah.
How many does
Are
it
those
give us?
the ones getting replaced are sitting on the sidewalk?
Yeah, on both sides.
Okay.
I was wondering.
At some point, but yeah.
So
Okay.
please approve this bid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jean,
Yep,
we got the
She made the
motion
motion.
taken care of, don't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay, we're in the
Sorry.
comment. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Sorry to throw you off strike.
Okay, motion carried. 8.3.4.
Yes, this request is to seek proposals related to the funding of Phase 2 of the athletic complex. That is in the amount of a $3.2 million estimated capital outlay certificate. So this is authorization to get authority to go out to look for that funding.
Okay. Motion?
I move that we authorize requests for proposals for the athletic complex for the capital outlay certificate as explained.
Okay, motion by Moulton,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. 8.3. We just did that. 8.4, West River at Large Representative.
Yes, we have voted on this once. There were, I believe, 5 candidates to begin with, and if no candidate gets at least 50% of the vote the first time, there is a runoff between the top 2. We did vote for Mark Noggle of Custer the first time around and recommend voting for Mark Noggle of Custer again on the runoff.
Okay. A motion?
Make a motion to approve the Mark bid.
Okay.
Noggle.
Mark Noggle.
Noggle vote.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Motion by Laura, second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8.5.
Yes, approving the 24-25 budget and levy resolution. Action on this item approves the annual budget of FY25 and it establishes the dollars per thousand levy amounts to be presented to the county auditor. This resolution mirrors the budget presented and discussed during the budget hearing.
Okay, a motion?
I move approval of the 2024-2025 budget and levy resolution as presented and discussed earlier.
Okay. Motion by Moulton,
Second.
second by Lore. Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8.6.
This is to canvass and approve the 2024 school board election results. So action on this item approves the official canvas sheet of the 2024 election.
Okay, a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 school board election results.
A motion by Rossman,
Second.
second by Moulton. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 8.7.
Yes, this is the policy GBED, the tobacco-free district, and the big change there was adding Lake Area Technical College to this policy. And please note, as was brought up last month during the first reading, we did add that paragraph about cessation resources to the policy. And so recommend this as the policy for approval.
Okay, entertain a motion.
I move a motion to approve the GBED reading.
Okay, motion by Lore,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8.8, student enrollment requests.
Yes, we do have one open enrollment request for your consideration and recommend approval.
Okay, a motion.
I move a motion to approve the open enrollment.
Motion by Lore,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
No 132810s this
Okay.
month.
Item 9.1, administrative reports.
Yes, just a couple announcements for the board. The Associated School Boards Joint Convention is August 8th and 9th in Sioux Falls. If you are interested in attending, please let me know. You can let me know anytime, but if you knew by tomorrow, then there's the early bird rates in play. Seems a long way off to announce, but like we have our new teacher luncheon on Tuesday, August 13th at noon. If people in the public are interested in attending, they can talk to Tim at the chamber. We appreciate the chamber hosting our new teacher luncheon. And then also thinking ahead, I know we'll have an August board meeting too where we'll make these announcements, but for families, we have the pre-parent teacher conferences on August 19th from 11 to 7. There'll be more information coming out from the buildings. And the first day of school is Thursday, August 22nd. We're rolling.
Okay, thank you.
And a note on the move, a big appreciation to Mahold Landscaping, who were the movers on the elementary reorganization move. We're pretty well done with that. And so even have heard that some teachers are able to start getting their rooms put back together and in place. So really appreciate all of our maintenance staff, our custodial staff who've been working on that. And to get all that done, and now we can start looking forward into next school year and get that on the way. For parents, the homeroom teacher assignments have been in campus since July 1st. So if people are wondering what homeroom their child is in, they can check the campus portal for that, with regular back to school information coming out right around August 1st.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's nice to hear good news like that.
You bet.
We will now appoint Heidi as.
Whoa. 9.2, point of order, sir.
Oh, yes. Board report to the superintendent. Yes, thank you.
State Department of Education is just starting work on English language arts standards and computer standards curriculum. So I'm not sure if we have any representatives from our district in that. I've made my own recommendations, and so that's an ongoing beginning process.
When's the next State Board of Ed meeting?
September.
Okay.
Okay. Any other board reports to the superintendent. Now I will appoint Heidi as the temporary chair.
And adjourn the meeting.
And do we need a motion to adjourn
Yep.
the meeting, don't we?
Yep.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Moulton, second by Rossman. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, at this time, I will administer the oath of office to the newly elected board members. I will ask that you state the oath of office as noted to the public, and we'll start with you, Carrie.
Okay. I, Carrie Lohr, have been elected to the office of school board member within and for said Watertown School District 14-4, Cottington County, South Dakota. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, and I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my knowledge and ability, perform all the duties of my said office of school board member in accordance with the laws.
Thank you.
Okay.
John?
I, John Iverson, having been elected to the office of school board member within and for said Watertown School District number 14-4, Cottington County, South Dakota, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my knowledge and abilities, perform all the duties of my said office of school board member in accordance with the laws.
Thank you. Are there any conflict of interest to be noted on this agenda? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I move approval of the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Moulton, second by Rossman. All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. At this time, I'll ask for nominations of president.
I will nominate Stuart Stein for president.
Mr. President, I move that nominations cease.
Okay. Can I get a second?
You don't need a second on that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Stuart Stein is declared the chairman of the Watertown School Board for the 24-25 year. With Stuart out, I will now ask for nominations of vice president.
I would like to nominate John.
Okay, are there any other nominations?
I move that nominations cease.
Okay, with no other nominations, a unanimous ballot is cast for John Iverson. Can I get a second?
Second.
You don't need a second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, John Iverson is declared vice president of the Watertown School Board for the 24-25 year. And John, you can take it from here,
Okay.
once again.
Yeah. So we're on the second white sheet, aren't we?
Correct.
Okay, we've done, so I suppose we start with roll call, don't we?
Nope, 3.1.
Nope, you can go to 3.1.
Okay, excellent. Format for the 24-25 school board meetings.
Yes, we would like to still have the second Monday of the month for regular scheduled school board meeting at 5:30 p.m. here in the Watertown Administrative Office.
So we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the board meetings.
Motion by Laura,
Second.
second by Rossman. Questions? Discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion, or opposed? Motion carried. 3.2. Set date for school board elections.
Yes, we're looking at June 17th of 2025 to establish that third Tuesday in June as the date for the 2025 school board election.
A motion?
I move setting the date for June 17th, 2025 for school board election.
Motion by Moulton,
Second.
second by Laura. And I believe we have the ability to change that later should the city move something so we can.
Correct. We will work with the city to see what their dates might align with, and then we can change that date at that time.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.3.
Yes. In the last legislative session, previously the maximum allowed for school board rate was $75 per meeting. And the legislature authorized an increase of a maximum of $166 per meeting. We are recommending a $125 meeting fee for the 24-25. So to see an increase, but would not be going to the maximum amount allowed by law.
A motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the new salaries for the school board for the 2024-2025 year.
Okay, motion by Rossman,
Second?
second by Lohr. Questions, comments?
I would just say that had not been increased. I've been a school administrator for 25 years, and that's been the rate.
Okay.
$75 has been the maximum rate in that time, so I think it's been a while.
Okay. So we will, well, if we approve it, we will be voting ourselves a pay raise.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay, I can just hear the
Feels weird.
politicians complain, or the people
Yes.
complaining about politicians.
But
lining-
note, it's still $41 under what is the maximum
Okay,
allowed
yep.
in state statute.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.4.
Yes, this is for approval for participation in the breakfast and lunch programs under the USDA federal program.
Okay, a motion?
I move approval of the participation in breakfast and lunch programs as presented.
Motion by Moulton,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.5.
Yes, this is the agreement with the Watertown Police Department to act as our truancy officers. We do this annually, and they are appointed then to handle anything dealing with truancy.
Okay, a motion?
I move approval of the truancy agreement.
Okay, motion by Lohr,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.6.
Yes, it is recommended to approve the proposed fees for activity tickets and single events, as well as the nutrition fees for 24-25. Also included is the sub-pay scale, and that's noted at an average of a 4% increase. And those rates are included in your packet.
Okay, a motion?
I move approval of the fees for 2024-25 as explained.
Okay. Motion by Moulton,
Second?
second by Lohr. Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.7. Now, are we able to do these as one?
Yes, you can do these as one motion. I'll read who suggests the suggestions for the different committee appointments. And then if you would like, you can make one motion. You do have a recommended list in front of you. I had a white sheet in
Okay.
front of you. So recommending for personnel, Carrie Lohr and Rochelle Rossman. For the property committee, John Iverson and Jean Moulton. To represent the board on the Northeast Technical High School Board, Stuart Stein, Jean Moulton, John Iverson with alternate Carrie Lohr. The Associated School Board Convention Delegate, Rochelle Rossman with alternate Carrie Lohr, and that's the one that is in November, Rochelle. The ASBSD Legislative Rep, Rochelle Rossman, that's the updates from ASBSD. The Board of Equalization Rep, Jean Moulton. BISCO Board Rep, Rochelle Rossman. Arrow Education Foundation Board Rep, Carrie Lohr. The Professional Growth Committee, Rochelle Rossman, Jean Moulton. The Lake Area Tech Foundation Board, Stuart Stein. Lake Area Tech Strategic Advisory Council, John Iverson. And Lake Area Tech Campus and Facilities Committee, Jean Moulton and Carrie Lohr. And if you would like, you can make that one motion to approve the appointment of school board committees.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve all of these as one motion.
I will make a motion to approve the school board committee positions.
Okay, motion by Lohr,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Now to 3.8.
Yes, we are looking to designate our official financial depository as First Interstate Bank.
Okay, motion?
I move approval of First Interstate Bank as the official depository.
Motion by Moulton,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 3.8.2.
We recommend continuing with Watertown Public Opinion for our designated official school newspaper.
Okay, entertain a motion.
I move approval of designating Watertown PO.
Motion by Laura,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments?
Does their online version contain the full school board minutes, etc.? Or is it just the print version?
I think
I
don't they
I think
have?
your
able to
online
get it.
version matches the
Yeah.
print, but I'm not.
I think you can, when you get it, you can do the flip if you click on the right, you know, where you can actually page through online, so you could look at all the.
Huh. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe that the online version is exactly, it's basically a copy of the
Yep.
print.
Oh, yeah, the page
has
is
like
similar.
that- yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
In fact, I feel like the legal ones are maybe even accessible for free, I feel like.
I might be wrong on that. Any of the ones like this, but I could be wrong.
And that's, we're required by state law, aren't we, to publish?
Yes.
Yes.
To publish these.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. We have our motion comment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. 3.8.3.
Yes, we are recommending 2 for our legal counsel. Rory King has been our designated school attorney for the last couple years. But recently with changes to Title IX, we have needed to consult with KSB Law, and so we are recommending having them declared at this time so that we don't need to do that if we need to access their services throughout the school year.
Okay, a motion?
I move approval legal counsel Roy King and KSB attorneys as legal counsel.
Motion by Moulton,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.8.4, can we do these collectively?
I think we should do those separate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do 3.8.4.1.
Yes.
That's a lot of points.
Title I in Section 504, declaring Shannon Knopf as the Title I contact coordinator.
Okay, a motion?
I move an approval to have Shannon be the Title I, Section 504.
Okay, motion by Laura,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.8.4.2.
Yes, that's Title II and the homeless education coordinator. We need to declare that and recommending Derek Barrios, Assistant Superintendent for that.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion for item 3.8.4.2 for Derek Barrios' Title II homeless education.
Okay, motion by Rossman,
Second.
second by Laura. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 3.8.4.3.
Yes, Title IX, recommending Craig Boyens, Activity Director, as our Title IX coordinator.
Okay, a motion.
I move a motion to approve Boyens for Title IX.
Motion by Laura,
Second?
second by Rossman. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Is there anything else before adjournment? I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Motion by Moulton, second by Rossman. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We are officially adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. It's a lot of motions.